When you're on the beach, time stops and life is filled with freshness and joy. Vacationers are always in a positive mood, and all problems and worries can be lost in the sea foam. In addition, there are many beautiful girls in swimsuits on the beach, so you can show your abs if you have it. And while you're not on the beach, just watch this video and immerse yourself in the beach atmosphere. It looks like one of the vacationers has been teasing this marlin in the water for too long. It's probably the most unusual boat you've ever seen. These guys didn't even expect to swim in such an outlandish company. After all, who expects to meet a whole group of people at the Bahamian resorts? And the instructions said that he would control the kite and not vice versa. If he makes a second attempt on a nearby trampoline, he may succeed. Such a big bonfire on the beach and plankton glowing in the water. This is one of the most beautiful combinations in the world. You'll be surprised, but they walk together like this not only on the beach, but also in other public places. Apparently, just saying that he was tired of her was no longer enough. And don't tell me you wouldn't like to stroke him too. Sometimes a good wave can help you to take a photo that you didn't even expect to get. He's definitely good at balance, timing, and reaction. Few people can land as epic as this guy. It would be epic if he took out the ring right after and it turned out to be part of the proposal. How deep is this beach? Can you see this huge ship that came so close to the shore? Do you also have a feeling that these guys decided to shoot a promo for themselves with a beautiful view of the beach? No wonder they say that girls have better intuition. Just pay attention to her facial expression. She guessed in a few seconds that something was going wrong. And it's still worth learning from this lady. The most important thing is that he does not fly over the sea now and does not land on the shore. By the way, this happens just because of insufficient weight. You just can't get the right speed on the initial descent to fly up afterwards. So if you want to learn more about diets, ask this girl. If you spend a lot of time styling every day, please forgive us for this video. Just a bit more and he would definitely be able to go unnoticed. It looks like this is the same friend who leaves your house with great reluctance. And this is the coast, which is better not to go without a good flamethrower. I bet you can feed a whole crowd with one apple. Here's one more phobia for you. Think of it before the next walk on the Pebble Beach. It's not immediately noticeable how big the problem is, but I'm sure the water temperature around them has become a few degrees warmer. When you see such shots, you want to give up everything and go swimming in the seas. And we have another opportunity to enjoy the amazing view of plankton. For those who are afraid of bats, I have some bad news. It turns out that they can also swim. But don't worry, this species only feeds on fruits. Your life is wonderful when whales put on a show, especially for you. This is the moment when you were advised to get up from your chair and do something, but you are a very principled person. This is one of those hunters who can turn into a victim at any moment. This usually happens after the phrase, "Don't worry, I can drive a boat, it's no different from a car." The next time you fail to get on the board quickly, be sure to remember what he did it. This is the moment when you realize that the beach is not your territory. Everyone has the same friend who comes to meetings in the most epic way. This guy has excellent GTA 5 playing skills. They're just obvious. How else should the water element hint to him that it doesn't like him? Unfortunately, only cars have the right to move on one side. A rude driver can be found not only on the road. As you can see, the law of karma also works in the sea. Some coasts have truly unexpected surprises. One of the most venomous snakes of South Africa, as if nothing had happened, crawls on the hot sand to get to cool water and freshen up. The following shots can be a real nightmare for those who are terrified of snakes. After all, you can meet such a special guest even in the most unexpected places. It has long been known that monkeys can sometimes be very impudent and arrogant, but to attack right on the beach, that's something new. Not many dogs can say that they went surfing with their owner, but this trio can easily brag about their successes. It is a bit of rare luck to see a live starfish on the beach during a walk. Just take a look at its dancing with its legs. The Skeleton Coast is one of the most exciting places in the world. On this beach, there's a huge number of relatively new and ancient skeletons of ships scattered across the local landscape. You may say that there is nothing unusual in a group of dancing people, and you will be absolutely right unless you know all these dances take place on the seabed. In this video, you can see a whole sea of foam where you can swim and even dive. It's not often you see how the tenacious hands of the sea element grab a large vehicle right from the beach. What an impressive sight! There's nothing unusual, just a girl deciding to help a flatfish stuck on the shore to get back into the deep sea. Panic, fear, and numbness are exactly the emotions that a person experiences when they stumble upon a huge mine during a normal walk on the beach. Unusual sea jelly-like creatures flooded the beach in the Argentine city of San Pedro. A large number of them were thrown onto the coast. It was surprising for tourists and even locals. Visitors to this beach had to run without looking back after a huge crocodile was spotted there. It appeared out of nowhere and just wanted to swim a bit. Dogs are very friendly and contact creatures. As it turned out, they can show these qualities not only in relation to people, but also to marine life. It's funny, of course, to watch how dangerous sea predators are waiting for their potential lunch right in the shallow water. That's just the victim is certainly in no hurry to be eaten. Sand art seems to have reached a new level because those sculptures created by stunningly detailed people look really great and unique. If it seemed to you that one crocodile on the beach could cause real fear and panic, what will you say after seeing a myriad of these toothy creatures? Thousands of starfish are washed ashore on the beach in Florida every year, thereby creating an incredible spectacle for locals and visiting tourists. The drone was able to capture exceedingly rare footage of nesting green sea turtles north of Australia, and it's just something incredible. It seems that someone knows how to ruin all the fun of the party. We don't know what kind of sea monster it is, but it seems to be friendly. That awkward moment when they tried to bite you, but you weren't tasty enough. I think this guy is offended. The thing is whether she is grateful enough to him now. This whale jumping out of the water the size of a skyscraper will be remembered by these people for the rest of their lives. It's very unusual when you definitely need to use scuba gear to meet your pet friend. Something tells us that you would perfectly live without these hugs. I think she was in the mood when she wanted to scratch the belly of at least some animal. I can understand this crocodile if sometimes it posts pictures of food on Instagram before trying it. Dolphins really impress with their grace and speed, even if some swimmer interferes with them. Remember that whales not only look spectacular, but also sing incredibly beautifully. Judging by how wide the mouth of this fish opens, it can swallow someone bigger. These girls are saving a shark that accidentally got into a fishing net. Honestly, would you risk chasing this little creature underwater? Now we have another trick performed by a huge whale. This time, we can see how it complacently smiles underwater. There's a feeling that this is the most unmotivated shark in the world. In such circumstances, the main thing is to pay your fee on time for being on someone else's territory. You can go kayaking almost any day, but it's very rare to meet a real whale so close. This really looks like the beginning of a strong friendship. Maybe they can even make a movie about it in the future. They would be a little less brave if they knew that a shark could jump ashore in pursuit of its prey. These guys have clearly woken up all the sea neighbors in the area. It looks like this dolphin decided to troll the seagull with its mouth-watering piece of food. If you can roughly measure the temperature of a dog by touching its nose, then who said you can't do this with a shark underwater? It seems that we can see who is really an influencer at this party. It's hard to believe, but a creature with a weight of 5 tons has flown in front of these people. And it was really high. I think it's hard to say who has more impressions left, those people from the ship or this guy from the kayak with a shark confidently looking for something. Several dolphins accidentally swam into a channel with fresh water, so concerned citizens lined up to allow them to swim back into the sea. This dolphin was forced to swim up to the divers and ask for help because it accidentally got tangled in the fishing line, which did not allow it to move properly. If you had a dream to take a ride with a sea turtle, you can even take your friends with you now. If you like surfing, you need not be worried not only about the wave, but also something hiding in this wave. Even though claustrophobic, people may be sweating now. it's impossible not to see that it is very beautiful. Sometimes you don't know what you can find in spearfishing, a couple of clams, or even a girl, or maybe all together. This whale shark swam up to the divers because it could no longer stand the fact that its body was tied with a huge rope. Fortunately, the marine inhabitant was released. Sometimes you need to dive to the bottom to enjoy a work of art, and nature made it even better. It's very nice that this diver chose a real moray eel as his pet. It will be a surprise for many people, but it turns out that monitor lizards also know how to swim. This dude knows how to properly and effectively dive into the underwater world. This little octopus will give any cowboy a head start in rodeo. It turns out that jellyfish can even glow. If you decide to put an aquarium near the bed, you will get a great nightlight. It's really rare to see a shark near the coastline, even if it's that small. Its size does not affect the sharpness of its teeth and the aggressiveness of this creature. It seems to me that these creatures have something in common.
What?
These lizards are completely perplexed that some people have occupied their beach. The landing was not that perfect, but it was soft enough. How sweet it is! They are so different, but it does not prevent them from sharing their love with each other. As we all know, the dog is the most loyal friend. The animal will follow its owner in fire and water and in the truest sense of the word. Even the kangaroo is already running in the morning by the sea, while many of us are just promising ourselves to start. Despite the fact that a bloodthirsty predator washed ashore, kind people still helped it to return to the depths of the sea. This poor thing would definitely not be able to return home without the girl's help. It was lucky that these guys were on the beach in such weather and helped the fish. Well, is it possible to call lizards cold-blooded after witnessing it? Personally, I have only lovely words to say. What can I say? As you can see, even cows can be taught something. Holding a ceremony at sunrise on the beach is certainly a very romantic idea, but a man in the background clearly doesn't care about the plans of the newlyweds. This girl has unexpected company in the form of two playful dolphins. How can anyone resist the elements? As you can see, no one has been able to conquer the power of nature yet. It is obviously pointless for these dogs to compete with the real king of animals, so they decided to try their hand with a sea lion. A curious little seal swam alone in search of adventure. After meeting a boat on the way, the kid decided to climb on it to see what it looks like. I wonder if this is an experienced pilot or a novice who performed such an amateur landing. Seagulls are the most brazen birds I've ever met in my life. These winged creatures are ready to attack a woman or child just to eat something. The world ocean has been studied by less than 10%, and therefore it is not surprising that we are constantly shocked when we see fish with an appearance that makes us believe in the existence of monsters. I think that you were surprised by the size of this turtle, but I hasten to inform you that it is far from a record holder. People can find a lot of ways to entertain themselves and make their holidays by the sea even more interesting. Would you take a ride on this? No matter how confidently a person stands on his feet, a wave of even medium strength can knock down even a heavyweight. That's what the beach season means. I wonder how many people there are. I think more than enough, or rather, too many. What you are seeing now is not a military plane, but an exhibit of the Patriot Park in Durban. Anyone can come and dive into the world of military equipment at the seashore. Riding a water bike looks much more difficult and dangerous than surfing. What do you think? I still understand if an adult lacks adrenaline and decides to ride over the river with crocodiles, but why take a child with you? Personally, I think it's irresponsible, and what do you think? Share your opinion in the comments below. This girl really has plenty of creativity. She took some bread in her mouth so that one of the seagulls would take it from there. All this for the sake of a beautiful photo. These girls have clearly started preparing for the summer since the last beach season. When I see something like that, I want to take the ball, call my friends, and rush somewhere for the weekend. The beaches of South Carolina are literally full of snakes. Therefore, if you do not want to enjoy the sun right next to a creeping reptile, you need to look around. This alleged giant creature on the Vancouver coast belongs to a talented YouTuber who is known for professional special effects. Although the video is essentially fake, it still takes your breath away.